Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Actually, still on the porch of the Bible Bistro, enjoying some fine weather. So as I said at the beginning of the week, you might hear some noises that you don't normally hear over the stereo microphone. Today we're looking at 10 through 13. This is really precious, this section of the psalm. Remember the background. David is he's at home, and Saul sets watchers there they're going to ambush him. They're going to kill him because Saul's crazy, and Saul's got a design on David's life. And we all know that story, but if you need to look at it again, it's 1 Samuel 19, 8 through 12. Saul's daughter Michal is involved in this story. And as I said, this section is precious just because of the language that he uses about the Lord here, especially here in verse 10. And also in verse 11. He says, "The God of my mercy," this is verse 10. "The God of my mercy shall prevent me. God shall let me see my desire upon my enemies. Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power and bring them down, O Lord our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, for cursing and lying which they speak. Consume them in wrath, consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth." As I said, I think this is a very precious section just because of the way he speaks, the language that David uses here. He says, "The God of my mercy shall prevent me." That is, the merciful God goes before him. The God of my mercy shall prevent me. So there are the watchers watching. They've set an ambush. They're going to kill David. But God is going before him, and he's not going to let that happen. So David, and notice that David uses the language here, "the God of my mercy." So it's the merciful God that's doing this work. It's not the God of David's merit. It's the God of mercy who does this. And then because he's the God of mercy, he's able to say in verse 11, "Slay them not." See, they want to kill David, but David has no designs on their life. He says, Lord is going to go before me, but Lord, don't slay them. You're the God of mercy. Isn't that beautiful? So the Lord's going to protect David, and actually the Lord's going to protect the men that want to kill David. He's protecting them from themselves. "Slay them not, lest my people forget." So the people are going to see this because David's going to report it as something that the Lord has done. He's protected him. But he's going to make sure they understand that this is, the Lord hasn't killed them because he's a God of mercy. He says, "Scatter them and bring them down." So David doesn't want Saul dead. Now, he might want Saul dethroned, and he might want Saul to go away, but he doesn't want him dead because he loves Saul. And notice, again, he says, "God of my mercy" there in verse 10, but then here at the end of 11, he says, "O Lord our shield." So not only is he the God of mercy, but he's the Lord our shield. So he's protecting. "For the sin of their mouth, the words of their lips, let them be taken in their pride, and for cursing and lying which they speak." Have you noticed that it's all about their language here? It's not necessarily what they're doing or have done. It's not actions that they've taken. No, it's all about the words that they're speaking. Now, we know they're lying in wait, and we know they want to kill David, but behind all of that are the words that they've spoken. The words are the things that have propped up this potential action. "Consume them in wrath, consume them that they may not be, and let them know that God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth." Now you notice that it's not consumed and destroyed here because they're still thinking. They still know that this is something that God has done. So it's still the God of mercy. The Lord our shield is still at work here. They're consumed. They're not destroyed. God rules in Jacob. That's what they're going to know. So the people on David's side are going to know it, and the people who are waiting in ambush for David are going to know it as well, Saul and his people. We break here with the Selah, comes after verse 13, and now we're going to see tomorrow verses 14 through 17, so I hope that you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.